Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and today we will discuss the situation in Ukraine on the 3rd of April. And today we will start from the Sumy region. Now we can call it like north flank of Donbas border operation. We will start from here. Yesterday we discussed that Russians they're regrouping and they're using this territory as a background for their retreating. But today I got information that they also left this territory. And the only territory they're controlling right now is the territory on the left side of this river. Also, the Russians they blown up this bridge. And they blow up this bridge for many reasons. One of them is, for example, when one army leaving the battlefield, there is a very good chance and very nice possibility for attacking side to attack the last convoys of the retreating army. And of course Russians they understood that problem. So for that purposes they established and they prepared the nice place for retreating. Because as far as you know, there are a very big army here. There was a very big army here, around 50,000 soldiers with vehicles, helicopters, and so on. So of course they needed to have something like this to prepare a safe background where it can safely leave the Ukrainian territory. And for now, I don't have any other information if Russians are planning to stay here in these territories. They blow up this bridge because there was problems. There was risk that Sumy group will attack them from the back because they are very close to these territories. We know that the Kiev army they don't have fuel to attack and to follow Russian forces. The only one army that could do such thing is the Sumy group. So that's why Russians blow up this bridge. And this information about controlling just a part of Sumy region confirmed by the second map as well. You see, this map is still not like partly updated. These territories are still in red color, but we see that there is some green line appeared. So this is the approximate territory which Russians are planning to control in the future. This is a very important region because this region, as we discussed yesterday, the towns here, these two towns, they are located on the very difficult rivers, and there is no chances for Ukrainians to take them back if Russians have support. And also, this area allow Russians to control this road, and in case if they want this, they will be able to fast attack the north and return this territory as well under their control. So this is all about the north flank of Donbas border operation. Now we're moving to the Kharkiv. Kharkiv is under very heavy fire control. There are a lot of bombing, artillery bombing. Russians they're pressing Ukrainian forces to the ground. They're not allowing them even to move from one position to another. But we should also tell that Ukrainians they built a very nice fortified area here. And the Russians they're trying to destroy all this fortified area. Some sources said that Russian forces which regrouped from the north of Ukraine they're moving here, and some sources say that Russians they still want to take Kharkiv. Now let's move to the Izium. Today there were a lot of heavy clashes in Izium. And this is the place where Ukrainians, I think you saw today in the internet and the open sources, like Ukrainians managed to destroy one Russian airplane in this area. Russians, they're attacking a town named Barvinkove. We spoke about this few videos ago, that's one of the most important towns now. And Russians need to take this town, because after taking this town, they will be able to go to the south without any problems and to attack town Pokrovsk. From Barvinkove to Pokrovsk, or it's like a very long scope. But if we're talking about short scope, if they attack Barvinkove and they will be able to take this town and cross this river, and this is the river Sukhoy Tarets. This river has the name Sukhoy Tarets. And if they will be able to cross this river, they will be able to attack Kramatorsk and to attack Slaviansk from the back. Because if they won't be able to take town named Barvinkove, they will have to attack Slaviansk in front using this road. And you know that there is, for example, in a town named Bakhmut, there is a very powerful fist, and using this road they will be able to counter-strike Russian attacks, every Russian attack. And it will be very difficult using this short front to attack the town named Slaviansk. And as I told you, this is the heart of Ukrainian defense and the headquarters of Donbas border army here. But today I investigated this map in more details, this region. So yes, there are a few options here. The difficult one for Russians to use this road to attack Slaviansk. In any case, you need to understand that there would be attack. In any case, they need to attack something. They need to take this Donbas border, to cut this road, to split this territory, to surround some Ukrainian forces. So in any case, they need to attack. And this is the only one way they can to attack as much as possible in an efficient way. Why is that? Because, for example, this line is totally fortified, and like there are like 10-20 kilometers from this border to the Ukrainian territory is totally fortified, and there are around 80,000 soldiers already there, and they will be able to break this defense line, but it will take not even maybe a month. It could take like maybe a year. Nobody knows. From this side, they also can attack. They also can take these towns, but then they will have to start their operation from beginning, because they need to cross the river Seversky Donetsk, which they have already crossed here in town named Izium. And the same situation in the south. They also can attack from this side, and they can do this very efficient way. But in any case, you see that just small fields, and this group of army, they are not so powerful as the group of army from the north, because this group includes Kharkiv group and Kiev group and Chernihiv group. It's a very armored, very powerful, very experienced army, and this location is not very far from the main support centers like Belgorod, Kursk. So it's the best place to attack. So let's take a look. So if they attack from the north to Slaviansk, if they won't be able to take Barvinkove, they will have to ruin the Slaviansk till the dust. There is no other option. They will blow this town, because it's just a small tunnel to attack, and they will lose a lot of forces. It will be the same picture as with Kharkiv. They will have to ruin this town. Another way if they will be able to attack Barvinkove. If they will be able to take Barvinkove, they will be able to attack Kramatorsk and Slaviansk from the back. I'm sure that now this Ukrainian group of army, they're preparing some front line here, some fortified area, but it's not the fortified area that are building in Donbas border for 8 years. Of course, it will be, and in any case, the attack from a few sides will bring more success than attack from one side. And another thing about town named Barvinkove. You see that there is like a small tunnel here between these two rivers. I discovered this place in more details, and I saw that there is no problem to cross this place. Also, you need to understand one difference between the war campaign in April and the war campaign in February. First of all, in February it was like time when winter came to end, and spring started. And you need to understand that the ground under our foot is very wet, and I'm telling you that it's impossible to use tanks, very heavy tanks, on the fields. I think that you saw many videos and many interesting videos about army and so on, and you saw the tanks in the real world, in the trainings. They're not using roads, they're using fields. And from February till the end of March, it was impossible to use these roads, because these fields, because the land there was very wet. And tanks, if they appear in such conditions, they will stop. They will drown in this ground, and so on. And now the ground under our feet became very solid. And now Russians, if they want to attack, they can use not just roads, they can use fields, and they can attack with wide front line. And it's very big benefits for them. And so that's why For example, attacking Barvinkove is not could be not the one purpose and not the one like place they need to do this. They can go around this river through this place, and they can cut off this railroad town named Blizniki. And this is a very nice place. You see that this town is surrounded by a few rivers, and they can establish here a very powerful fortified territory. If you ask me, I would do like this. Why that? Because not because of the fact that they will be able to pass this town Barvinkove from the west and surround and attack from the back, and they can attack town Barvinkove from the back using the new weather conditions. But also they will be able to cut a railroad between the railway station, railway center named Panyutinya with the south of Ukraine and Donbas border. Take a look at this very important town, and you see that the Russians, they have already started to attack this town, bombing this. Now, this is very important, key, I would say not like very important, this is the key region in the central part of Ukraine. If you take a look at this road, you see like this road, this one, and this. This is the railway center, and this center connects Kharkiv group, Ukrainian sub-army, Dnipro-Zaporozhye group, Donbas border, and the Kiev group. And if Russians will be able to establish control over this town, and as far as they see they're moving Barvinkove, and then they will move here and attack this town as well, we can say that that Donbas border will lose all supply and all support from the big land. So we see the main direction of Russians. So they're now here in Izium, they're attacking Barvinkove, and it's a very important town because at least they need to blockade this town. And the next step is town named Panyutinya. So they're attacking here, then they move to the west, crossing these territories and cutting off this road. And they need to establish here their base. If they won't be able to take down Panyutinya, they will build here something like a very fortified area, which will be very difficult to attack and to push Russians from here back, because from the north they're protected by the river. You see this, like Seversky Donetsk River. This region is very protected, and it will be very difficult for Ukrainians to cross this river if they will attack, if they will start the attack operation. And there is only one way here, one way to pass this territory, and Russians' attack main target is here. Another very important news are coming from the south, and this morning started with very interesting news, very neat. I was waiting for this operation from the very start of this Russian campaign. I told you in many videos that in the whole Ukraine, the most important town, most important region, not even the Donbas or Kiev, it costs nothing for them. The most important thing for Russians in the Ukraine campaign is this beach. They need to cut Ukraine from the Black Sea. And the key of this region is Odessa, the biggest port in this sea. Another thing about this region is under very heavy bombing this weekend. They're bombing the Kryvyi Rih south. They're not allowing forces from Kryvyi Rih to attack from the north. Also, I told you yesterday that Russians increased this army 3 times in this territory. We know that they still have marines and fleet here, which are waiting their time when they can attack and start their operation. And another thing, we can show it on the map, on the Russians map. The Russian map says that Russians, they brought to the very beach their fleet in this area, right on the south of Mykolaiv, and on the place where they can cut off road east and to cut supply from Odessa to Mykolaiv. There are a lot of big fleet. No, I don't know about the fleet, but the Russian sources say that it's a group of Russian ships. It could be Marines ships, it could be ships who are preparing this operation, and it might be like they will start the marine operation here from the south for one purpose, to blockade Mykolaiv from this side. And if they do this, we can say goodbye to Mykolaiv and we can start discussing the operation against Odessa. And also the mayor of Mykolaiv, Kim, he also saying that he's very upset. I saw videos with him. He's saying that they are waiting from day to day when Russians start attack to Mykolaiv. And that's it for today. Thank you for your watching. Subscribe the channel and enjoy your last day of weekend. Thank you very much.